Good morning, students. I'm Mr. Keshav, and today we'll discuss a poem titled An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Before we discuss what we will study, I will tell you what we will do. We'll first taste the previous knowledge related to the poem, then discuss the poet, then an introduction to the poem would be given. We'll discuss the theme, then we'll discuss the literary devices, then the structure, and then we'll come to explanation of the poem stanza wise. So that is the plan of today's video. An elementary school classroom in a slum is a very interesting poem written by Stephen Spender. Now let us start with a question. How does your school look like? Very bright, motivating, good learning environment. But in the same society, we have schools where students are not so lucky. They face lots and lots of problems. These problems are beautifully pictured by Stephen Spender in the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Now, we need to know who the poet is, because the poet pictures the time in which he lives. So it's a reflection of the time. So let us know a little bit about the poet. The poet is none other than Stephen Spender, and he was born in the year 1909. And he was a great English poet and essayist, and is known for poems of dedication, the age of being, and the creative element, etc. Now let us go to the introduction of the poem. Now what does the poet do here in the poem? He depicts what? Social injustices. Injustices. Now suppose, for example, in the society, there is a rich person, he commits a crime. The punishment seems to be different at times. The law seems to be slow with them, or the law seems to be favoring them. Whereas the weaker ones are the ones who really suffer. For a small crime, they are punished severely. So he tries, Stephen Spender depicts social injustices and class inequalities in the poem. He also talks of what? Denial of opportunities to the slum dwellers, expresses his concern on the ever increasing gap between the rich and the poor. Rich are getting richer, poor are getting poorer. And he is really troubled by this. And he gives vent to this feeling in the poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. The poem lucidly brings forth what? The miserable condition of the slum dwellers, and also highlights inadequate educational facilities, to the slum children in a way, to the slum children in a way. So what exactly is the theme of the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum? So when we talk of the theme, we have to say that it is social injustices that is prevailing in the society, and also class inequalities that is there in the society in a way. And see, the poverty, he was also concerned about the poverty. He's also concerned about the poverty. So you see what he does. He brings forward, or he picturizes, or he brings an abject image of poverty in the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Lots of literary devices have been used. See, the poet, right? Like a common man. So now, the common man, what does he do? When he goes to a party, right? He ornaments, he decorates himself. The boy maybe tries to look handsome by putting on the bracelets, by earrings, and he wants to look special. So the poet also, in order to convey the message, right, takes in, right, or brings in many literary devices to explain the context beautifully. So the poet here, the Stephen Spender, also brings in what? Lots of literary devices. He brings his images and symbols. He brings alliteration. He brings simile. He brings metaphor. And that's how he comes up with a beautiful poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, right? So this is the introduction and theme and the literary device of the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. We'll discuss about the first stanza, the structure, the first stanza, the second stanza, third stanza, and the fourth stanza in our consecutive videos. Thank you, and have a nice day.